Here's a situation we run across a lot in new landscapes. We have a tree put in. This is a purple leaf plum, ornamental plum, and it's situated in a little square made up of railroad ties. We have some iris, some heavenly bamboo, the nandina, some ice plant in the area. So it will be a nice planting, but as this tree begins to grow out, its roots are going to leave this nice little square, and we do want them to leave the area. So sometimes setting these up and permanently watering this tree for the rest of its life in this little square is not good for the tree. So as we're putting in landscapes, we want to remember that these little squares are just temporary situations. We are going to have to water in this area because of this plant material, but to keep this tree healthy and long-lived, we're going to have to start watering way out beyond the edge of that. So when we put these areas in, they need to be planned to be watered out beyond that. So again, this is a situation where we do run across problems, and later in life, as this tree ages, it will have problems if it's continued to water this way. So we want to see some of these situations corrected at the start. So let's go take a look at another situation. The heat has been a real problem here in southern New Mexico, and this is kind of the unofficial tree of southern New Mexico, the Mexican elder. You do have a few of them up in the Albuquerque area, but not too much further north. Mexican elder does go through a semi-dormancy during the summer here, and we get a lot of leaf burn. This tree is not really used to the 100-degree temperatures. It comes native from an area that is not quite as hot as the 100-degree temperature, so it does sunburn a little bit during the summer, so it goes through a summer dormancy. It will brown in some locations. It browns real bad, and others it doesn't brown out as bad, but the tree does come back in the cooler parts of the year, so as we go into fall, the tree will put new growth on, green back up. It does develop a lot of dead wood in the tree just normally, and that has to be thinned out, taken out, so it does require a lot of pruning and maintenance, but it is a very nice tree. It's widely used in the southern part of the state, but it is a very common problem as to why it develops so many brown leaves. One of the things you can do to hurt the tree while it's going through this summer dormancy is to overwater the tree. When it's starting to lose leaves or the leaves are brown, they've quit functioning, and if you start pouring a lot of water on it, you can rot the tree out. At the base of this tree, we do have some problems. There is an internal rot going on. There's a mushroom or a conch growing off of the side of the tree. That could be an internal rot, maybe brought on by excess water. So again, when it's in a summer dormancy, we want to water deeply, but not real frequent, and then allow the tree to come out in the cooler part of the year, and then continue with your infrequent but deep waterings. So again, with Mexican elders, you just kind of have to live with some of the summer problems and then expect the beauty of it during the spring and the fall of the year.